Hey, this is Dan Morales. This is Homebuyer Radio, episode number 41. And I've been answering questions that you guys have been sending me. So keep it up. Keep sending your questions. You can send them to me at dan@danmorales.com. That's DANMORALEZ.com. So this episode number 41 here, wanted to talk about, I've been talking a lot about credit lately and just kind of some general answers to questions I get in regards to credit. I got this one. And I thought it was a good question, seeing that we talked about bad credit, and we've talked about no credit. We've talked about bankruptcy, foreclosure, and judgments and stuff like that. Well, actually, we haven't talked about judgments yet. Maybe we'll talk about that next week. But I wanted to, this was a good question that somebody had sent me. They had asked, can I get a better deal on my mortgage if I have great credit? Meaning that, maybe you do have perfect or near perfect credit and you have a really high credit score. Does that help you when you are in the process of getting a mortgage? Of course, the answer is yes, right? You've got great credit. That helps make it easier to be able to get a mortgage approved for you. It can also help you when it comes to terms, okay? When you look at most mortgage products have some kind of pricing component that has to do with your credit score, okay? So the lower a credit score, typically, the higher the interest rate that you would normally pay, and the worse the mortgage terms that you get based on credit score. Most mortgage programs have some kind of pricing element that's tied to your credit score. There's other factors that can kind of play into it as well too. But to answer the question, yes, if you have a really great credit, in some cases that really could help you a ton as far as mortgage pricing. One other area where it can really help you a lot too, though, is it has to do with mortgage insurance. If you're looking at a mortgage, and you're going to have a down payment of less than 20%, a lot of times you're going to deal with some form of PMI or private mortgage insurance. And we've talked in more detail as to what PMI or private mortgage insurance is in previous episodes. So if you haven't had a chance to listen to all the episodes, I would certainly encourage you to go back and listen to the episode on PMI insurance. But anyways, when it comes to mortgage insurance, if you have a higher credit score, a lot of times you can get a much more aggressive price when it comes to private mortgage insurance because of that. So typically a better interest rate. And of course, if you're doing a loan that requires PMI, you're going to typically have a better PMI cost as well too. So yes, to answer that question, great credit definitely does entitle you typically to more favorable mortgage terms when it's all said and done. So, should be a pretty easy question to answer there, right? But I wanted to make sure I add a little bit of color, if you will, in regards to the impact that mortgage insurance would have for a borrower with really good credit, because it definitely can help them a ton as well too. Again, my name is Dan Morales with North Point Bank. I have been lending since 1991. I keep thinking it's way too long and I should retire soon, but don't plan on it. I really love what I do. You can reach me at 616-931-4629. Do lend in pretty much the majority of the 50 states. So, we'd love to help you with a mortgage if you're looking to buy a house. If you have questions or concerns, we'd love to, kind of answer those questions for you. And just make sure that you have the opportunity to work with somebody who really knows what they're doing. So we'd love to make sure we do that for you. Again, Dan Morales, you can reach me at danmorales.com. That's DANMORALEZ.com, 616-931-4629. Email address is just dan@danmorales.com. My NMLS number is 709729. And of course, North Point Bank is an equal housing lender.